going on, everyone? This is Marco once again here on my fun journey and experiences, pretty much spreading my wings out and being able to hear from you guys. And as if you guys have been following, and for those that have been following for either the military, law enforcement, or my investment, or currently also for my aviation career, I am currently on my way to go take my commercial airline FAA knowledge exam. So obviously, if you guys have been following, you guys noticed that I did my instrument rating and my FAA pretty much a month ago now. After I had completed that, I went to my military drill for OCS, and right after I got back, I quickly once again used Shepherd Air to download the commercial airline exam, where it gives you all, like I mentioned on my previous videos, Shepherd Air, it gives you all these questions that pretty much partake in the exam for the most part, and it's pretty similar. Like I said, I can't always say they're exact, but a majority of them are very similar. Sometimes words are changed a little bit, but if you get the concept while you're doing it through Shepherd Air, you will be fine for the exam. Once again, like I said, Shepherd Air is also just like a more self-taught, as I mentioned before. For me, I pretty much be self-taught. I really don't have a flight instructor. I really don't have anyone that's really guiding me in a way. But for the most part, the pointers that I have received obviously have helped. I've got through Shepherd Air. I've done the King's ground schooling, and also I've looked at the aeronautical manual book that's online. You can always get it online for free. It's on the FAA FAA website, and even on the FAA website, there are numerous pilot books that you can look over, manuals. It's not just per airplane. It could be helicopters and stuff like that. So it's all on there. If you like, feel free to go to the FAA website, and you get most of the, like I said, all those books or manuals through PDF. Great asset, great resource. That's what I utilize a majority of the time with this commercial Shepherd Air exam. So once again, I pretty much got done within like 2 weeks. I was on it for the most part on Shepherd Air, just getting on top of it, doing their methods that they recommend. And after I got it completed, I just wanted to take another week or so, and I took another week where I felt more not only comfortable, but I was confident that I knew I was going to pass. And I still wanted to pass with a higher rating though. But after that, I scheduled my exam to go to where I usually go to at ATP in San Diego. However, there was, I guess, technical issues. I don't know what's going on, but they weren't able to fit me in there. So now I had to wait literally another week. So now it's been like a total of 4 weeks. And I contacted numerous aviation places that will, see if they could work with me and say, hey, can I do a walk-in? Apparently many aviation places are not doing that anymore. There's certain flight schools that they will help you out if you are a student there, unfortunately. And there's other flight schools that they don't have the testing sites there. A majority of them were also sending me to the PSI website, where that's where you can also schedule your pretty much any FAA knowledge exam, whether it's airplane or helicopters. You can always do it there. It'll give you a whole list of categories. However, be mindful when you're on the PSI website, there's different categories, and that's regarding airplanes, helicopters, and categories and classes and so on. So be mindful of which one you're selecting, because once you select it, they'll give you a location, time and date, and you just keep selecting those. Then after that, you will have to pay for all the exams that I've taken for the private, instrument, FAA, and my commercial now. All of them were literally exactly $175 each. I'm pretty sure they vary. I haven't looked into all of them, but I'm pretty sure they probably vary between maybe $100 to maybe $300, I believe. So just be mindful about it. I'll shoot another video on how to log into the PSI website, and it's pretty simple, self-explanatory for the most part. However, just be mindful of which exam you are going to click on, because once you click on that exam and you pay for it, you will not, according to what the website says, they say that you will not be refunded, and you're pretty much responsible for taking that exam. And it also says that you have 12 months from the day that you pay for it to take that exam. So just be mindful of which exam you want to take, and make sure you select the appropriate exam, okay? They're going to be pretty much abbreviated differently for like the such as for like the commercial, for my commercial pilot one, it's I believe it's commercial airplane exam or something like that, but the abbreviation for it is CAX. So obviously you have to be mindful about it, because they have numerous types of commercials, but you have to make sure that you click on the right one. Once you click on it, you select it, and for me, I was able to actually be fortunate enough. There is a small airport that like probably within 5-10 minutes away from my house, so it wasn't too bad. And now I'm on my way to take this exam. Hopefully I do well. I feel very confident that I will pass. I'm just not confident that I'm going to get as my high 90s like I want to, but like I mentioned in my previous videos on the commercial, it's slightly challenging if you don't recall a lot of the stuff that you did for your private and your instrument, because it's pretty much an overall of both of them to combine with some in-depth things that they want you to go into with commercial related stuff. But overall, like I said, when I was doing the Shepherd Air, fairly easy for the most part. It was just refreshing my memory from when I did the private pilot one to the instrument, and then putting it all together. And I believe that's what the commercial one is all about. And so other than that, guys, I will get back to you guys in a little bit, as I'm on my way to take my exam, and hopefully everything works out well. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. What's going on, guys? So I just got done with my exam, and as you guys can see, I am smiling. So I gotta go. I gotta pass. As I mentioned when I was on my way, it's not what I wanted. I really wanted that 90 or so, but that 80% will do. That's what I got. I got an 80%. It's unfortunate, but like I said, once again on my previous videos, for me, I try to shoot for those high 90s at least. But the best part is I don't have to pay for it again. I gotta pass. I gotta go, which allows me to continue my process in flight training and being able to get my license. And I no longer have to pay those $175. So that always is the best part about it. So yeah, when it came to it, it is 100 questions with an extra 5 questions that they're currently doing, so a total of 105. They say that the last 5, I'm not really sure which one it is, because I've gone both sides. They always say like between the 101 to 105 questions, they're not graded. And then I've also heard that 5 of them are not going to be graded overall. So they'll take 105 of the 105 questions, and then 5 of them will not be graded. I'm not sure which one it is, but that's what they said. I have heard. I don't work for FAA, so I'm not really positive. If anyone really knows the truth about it, please drop your comment down below. I would love to hear it. But the way it says is your last 5 questions, and this is overall, is your last 5 questions are typically from FAA. I guess they're trying to sample those questions to possibly later on put it into the test. Like I said, not sure how valid that is, but that's always been the word that I have always heard, the rumor that I've always, pretty much heard from everyone. And so, like I said, but I got the 80%. And overall, like I said, a majority of the questions were, like I said, there's a few that were pretty much identical or pretty much the same as the Shepherd Air, and another majority of them were either reworded or they're very similar to what Shepherd Air had. And I believe I had like maybe three or 4 questions that I had no idea what they were, because it wasn't. I never saw those on the Shepherd Air exam or study guide, if you want to call it. But for the most part, the ones that that I never saw, they're pretty self-explanatory. They were pretty much, for the most part, what you would say common sense, and just go from there. But other than that, guys, you get 100 questions plus the 5 that FAA wants to add on or possibly add on for later on. You get 2.5 hours to take the exam. Plenty of time. I went through the whole exam. Still went over it twice to make sure any of the bookmarks that I had questions, and yet I still finished with about 55 minutes left. So I finished mine pretty fast. Not as fast as I was doing it when I was doing Shepherd Air. When I did the Shepherd Air, I would time myself, and most of the time, the 100 questions, I would literally finish within maybe, at first, I'm not gonna lie, when I first started, it was taking me close to pretty much 2 hours to finish. Afterwards, it took me literally just about a little over an hour. So it was about an hour and 10 minutes, I would say. I would be able to finish all 100 questions, no problem. And then I was averaging around the 91 to 93%. And my lowest that I got, because this time around, I kind of didn't listen to Shepherd Air on this one, like I did with the instrument. With Shepherd Air, they say they don't want you to take more than 2 exams. But this time around, like I said, I wanted to feel confident and comfortable taking this exam. So I was taking it multiple times. I want to say I probably took it close to maybe 10 times. And that was just the first few times I took it. I was in the high 80s and low 90s. And so I was comfortable. And I'm like, let me keep taking it, because I would still review the ones that I had missed on those questions. And every time you take the Shepherd Air test, a lot of the questions are completely different. You're not going to get the same. Sometimes you will get the same questions, but a lot of times you will get different questions. And the funny part is, you'll get a question the first time you take the test, and if you take it like I did, like 10 times, when you take it like the 8th time, you'll get that same question later on, and you're like, oh dang, and you're trying to refresh your memory. That's where it gets somewhat challenging. But yeah, my lowest score I think was 83% out of the 10 tests that I took. After that, everything was in the pretty much low 90s. I think my highest that I got was a 96, and so I was pretty ecstatic about it. And like I said, the reason I also took it a couple more times was because I had to wait literally almost a week from the time I tried to schedule my exam with over here with ATP. But obviously the system went down, so I had to schedule it online. And when you do it through PSI, it only gives you certain locations. It doesn't give you like all the flight schools near your area, or anywhere you want to go. It literally only gives you certain locations, and then obviously certain dates and times that you can do it. So if it doesn't meet your schedule, obviously you cannot do it, because you're either gonna have to go miss work, or you're gonna have to do something to go take that exam. So I had to literally wait, almost, what was that? I was supposed to take it on Thursday. Today's Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, pretty much 5 days. I had to wait 5 days to take my exam. So obviously I was taking the exam once, maybe sometimes twice a day, just to make sure that I'm refreshing my memory, going through the questions, and making sure that this time I was not only comfortable, but I was confident that I was going to pass this exam. So like I said, I was pretty much between the 88 to 92 percentile throughout the time, with my highs being about 96 and my lows being 82. But other than that, I was confident, I was comfortable, I was ready for this exam. Went in after I was about to finish. I knew I had already passed, but I wasn't sure if I was going to have that 90, at least that 90%. And it is what it is. Didn't get it, but I got the 80%. Lets me, some stress kind of reliever in a sense, because I kind of take a break for the little studying that I have to do with that, and continue my studying for the military, because now I'm about to go back into my drill weekend coming up, and I have 2 exams that I kind of need to prepare for. But other than that, guys, I passed. If you have any comments, questions, concern, you know what to do. Please drop your comment down below. I always look forward to hearing from you guys. I always want to make sure that I can answer any questions, comments, or concerns you guys may have. I'm always here to help you guys out. As I always say, that's always the best thing for me, is being able to read your guys' comments and seeing what I can help you guys out with, and also for me to be able to spread my wings and see how far I can, take my experience and my knowledge out there. So, all right, guys, take care.